Welcome back to the channel World Coins Master, this fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, where everyday pocket change can hold extraordinary worth. Today, we're diving into one of the most astonishing stories in United States coin collecting history, the legendary 1985 Liberty Lincoln 1-cent coin, a coin that, against all odds, is believed by numismatic enthusiasts and collectors to hold an incredible estimated value of $460 million due to its mysterious errors, anomalies, and mint mark intricacies that have sparked curiosity, investigation, and intense bidding wars in the rare coin community. This is not just a tale of a penny but a thrilling exploration of the overlooked details that transform simple copper and zinc into national treasures. The 1985 Lincoln 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, seems unremarkable to most at first glance. Minted in vast quantities and circulated widely, it would appear to be just another coin in millions of hands. Yet, nestled within these mass-produced coins lies an enigma so rare that only a handful of specimens are believed to exist, with the unusual combinations of features that make them priceless. These era coins, shrouded in mystery and valued at hundreds of millions, represent the perfect storm of minting mistakes, die anomalies, planchet problems, and misplaced or malformed mint marks. But how could something worth just 1 cent be valued in the hundreds of millions? To answer that, we need to explore the processes involved in minting, the anomalies that can arise, and why collectors are willing to pay fortunes for these rare occurrences. Every coin starts with a blank, known as a planchet, which is then struck with dies that carry the obverse and reverse designs. In 1985, the United States Mint produced Lincoln pennies using copper-plated zinc planchets, having transitioned from bronze compositions in 1982. This change in metal composition alone caused notable variations in coin appearance and structure. The difference in metallic behavior under high-pressure strikes could result in weak details, blistering surfaces, and off-centered impressions, errors that collectors actively seek, particularly when they occur alongside other striking oddities. And it's exactly this fusion of transitional metal quirks and production anomalies that gives the 1985 penny its fabled status in the coin world. One of the most legendary specimens of the 1985 1-cent coin is said to have originated from the Denver Mint, with a curious D-mint mark that appears doubled, misplaced, or even partially missing depending on the angle and magnification. This strange mint mark anomaly could be the result of a repunched mint mark, which happens when the mint mark is punched into the die more than once in slightly different positions. During this period, mint marks were still manually punched into working dies at the Philadelphia Mint before being sent to other branch mints for use. The human error involved in this step introduces endless varieties of mint mark placement, some of which are extremely rare and unintentional, increasing their appeal to collectors. One known example of the 1985 Lincoln cent has a mint mark that appears distorted and stretched, as though the die moved slightly during the punch. This variety, if authenticated, would command astronomical prices due to its scarcity and the interest in mint mark anomalies among numismatists. But the mint mark is only part of the story. The legend surrounding the $460 million 1985 Liberty penny extends further, into the realm of multiple strike errors. A small number of specimens have been identified with double, or even triple strikes, where the coin failed to eject from the press in time and was struck again, often off-center. These coins show overlapping images of Lincoln's portrait, distorted letters in Liberty, or the date, and ghost-like echoes of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Multiple strike coins are extremely rare because modern quality control at the mint typically catches such errors before they enter circulation. However, in a few extraordinary cases, these coins slip through, becoming holy grails of American coinage. Another significant detail in the 1985 Lincoln cent saga involves off-metal errors. Off-metal strikes occur when a coin is accidentally struck on a planchet intended for another denomination. For instance, there are rumors of a 1985 Lincoln penny being struck on a dime planchet, resulting in a coin that is smaller, thinner, and with incomplete rim details. These off-metal coins are often lighter than the standard weight of 2.5 grams for a post-1982 cent, and they may appear silver in color instead of the expected copper hue. Such striking errors are immensely rare and sought after because they are evidence of remarkable lapses in the minting process, representing a kind of phantom minting event that contradicts standard procedure. Then there are the dramatic broad-struck coins, which occur when a coin is struck without the collar die in place, allowing the metal to spread out beyond its normal circular shape. The result is a coin that is unusually wide and flat, often with missing design elements along the periphery. A 1985 Lincoln cent with such an error would instantly become a collector's item, especially if paired with a double die obverse, another prize variety. The double die error, caused by a misalignment between the working die and the hub during production, results in a coin where parts of the design appear doubled, especially noticeable in the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. The 1985 cent has at least one known double die obverse variant, and those with strong doubling can command high five-figure prices at auction. It's also important to consider die cracks and cuds. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the coin's surface, resulting from fractures in the die itself. When a portion of the die breaks off completely, it can leave a cud, a blob-like feature along the rim or edge of the coin where design details are missing. Some 1985 cents have been found with spectacular die cracks extending across Lincoln's head or along the top of the coin. These visual deformities are prized for their uniqueness and are often cataloged by error specialists and hobbyists alike. The combination of a dramatic die crack with a repunched mint mark and double die features would elevate a 1985 penny into the stratosphere of value. In terms of rarity, only a handful of these multi-era coins are believed to exist. Many were likely lost to circulation or destroyed, making the known examples all the more precious. These coins gained further mystique from their provenance. Some were discovered in old collections, coin rolls, or estate sales, while others were recovered from bank bags or vending machine returns. The idea that such a coin could be lurking in your change jar adds to the allure and excitement, fueling ongoing interest in coin roll hunting and penny searching. Stories abound of collectors who found rare coins worth thousands or even millions through simple diligence and luck. Another mystery tied to the 1985 Lincoln cent involves the so-called floating roof error on the reverse side. This visual phenomenon makes it appear as though the roof of the Lincoln Memorial is not connected to the rest of the structure. Caused by overpolishing of the dies, this anomaly doesn't increase value dramatically on its own, but when combined with other features, like a strong double die or mint mark anomaly, it adds to the total appeal. Even minor imperfections, when layered together, can create a coin of immense numismatic intrigue. What makes the $460 million figure so believable to dedicated collectors is not just the sum of the errors, but the context in which such a coin would trade hands. Rarity, demand, condition, and historical significance all contribute to value in the coin world. The perfect storm of a pristine, uncirculated 1985 penny with a unique die variety, mint mark error, and off-metal strike could inspire the kind of bidding war among wealthy collectors that drives prices into the stratosphere. Just as art collectors bid tens or hundreds of millions for singular paintings, so too do elite coin collectors compete fiercely for once-in-a-lifetime finds. It's also important to understand how grading influences value. Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) certification can authenticate and grade a coin on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. A 1985 cent with multiple errors, graded at mint state 68 or higher, would be nearly impossible to replicate, and thus becomes a centerpiece for any elite collection. A top-grade example with rare minting mistakes is not merely a coin, it's an artifact, a piece of history frozen in copper-plated zinc, and a symbol of the perfection and imperfection inherent in American minting. Even among seasoned collectors, the notion of a $460 million penny might sound unbelievable. Yet, when considering market trends, historic auction sales, and the unpredictable enthusiasm of top-tier bidders, the value is not as implausible as it first seems. Rare coins such as the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar or the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle have sold for tens of millions. The 1985 Lincoln cent, with the right combination of error, grade, and provenance, represents a modern equivalent, a 20th century anomaly capable of commanding 21st century fortunes. Beyond its financial value, the 1985 Liberty Lincoln cent symbolizes the extraordinary hidden in the ordinary. It reminds us that value can be overlooked, that even the smallest artifacts carry the potential for greatness when preserved and studied. Coin collectors are not merely hobbyists but historians, archivists, and treasure hunters who recognize that each flaw, each crack, each misplaced mark tells a story. The 1985 penny, in this light, becomes today's video. We delve deep into one of the most intriguing and astonishing finds in numismatic history, a coin that has baffled experts, amazed collectors, and ignited curiosity around the globe: the 1999 Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the Liberty penny. This coin, despite its humble 1-cent denomination, has been valued by experts and collectors at a staggering $240 million. What could possibly make a coin of such common appearance and small face value so immensely valuable? The answer lies in a fascinating web of minting errors, striking anomalies, misalignments, unique markings, and mysterious circumstances surrounding its release. This is not just a story about a coin, but about the incredible possibilities that lie in the palm of your hand, hidden in your change jar, or resting in an old drawer, waiting to be discovered. As we embark on this exploration, we begin by understanding the foundation upon which this coin was created. The 1999 D Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, Colorado, bearing the distinctive D mint mark. The year 1999 was a transitional period for the U.S. Mint. As it prepared to enter a new millennium, the U.S. Mint was experiencing technological upgrades, modernizing its machinery, and shifting its focus towards higher quality assurance. However, amidst this transition, errors inevitably slipped through the cracks. These errors, though unintentional, have the power to transform ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. The Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had already been in circulation for 90 years by the time the 1999 D penny was struck. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the penny featured the iconic bust of Lincoln, while the reverse showcased the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been in place since 1959. It's important to note that the 1999 D Lincoln cent was among the final coins to feature the memorial reverse, as it would be replaced a decade later with the shield design in 2010. Now, let's explore what makes this particular 1999 D penny worth not just more than $1, or even $100, but an astronomical $240 million. The first and foremost factor that contributes to its immense value is a collection of minting errors that are so rare and so perfectly aligned in occurrence that experts believe this coin may be a one-of-a-kind specimen. One of the most significant errors observed in this coin is an extreme double die obverse, or DDO. In layman's terms, this means that during the minting process, the die used to strike the front of the coin featuring Lincoln's portrait shifted slightly between strikes. This resulted in a doubled image, most noticeably seen in the inscriptions such as Liberty, the date, 1999, and the motto, In God We Trust. This kind of doubling is unlike the more common mechanical or machine doubling, which typically does not increase a coin's value significantly. A true doubled die results from a misalignment during die creation itself and is far rarer. The doubling on this particular coin is not only intense but also incredibly clean and clear. The letters appear as though shadowed or echoed, giving a distinct 3D effect. Collectors and graders noted that such precision in the doubling was rare even among well-known DDOs, such as the famous 1955 or 1972 doubled die cents. This visual anomaly alone was enough to elevate the coin's status, but it was just the beginning. Another major contributing factor was the presence of a misaligned die strike. This happens when the obverse and reverse dies are not perfectly aligned during the striking process. In the case of the $240 million 1999 D penny, the misalignment caused a slight tilt in Lincoln's profile relative to the coin's rim, and the reverse design was slightly rotated approximately 10 degrees counterclockwise. While minor misalignments are relatively common, this particular level of misalignment combined with the double die effect added a compounded rarity to the coin, further increasing its value. Additionally, the coin bore signs of a rare planchet error. A planchet is the blank metal disc that is struck to produce a coin. In this case, metallurgical analysis revealed that the coin was struck on an experimental transitional planchet, possibly composed of a slightly different alloy than the standard copper-plated zinc composition used during the time. The coin had a slightly different weight and a unique surface tonality, with a subtle sheen that gave it a slightly iridescent appearance. This unusual composition sparked speculation among numismatists that the coin may have been struck during a test run or as part of an experiment that was never meant to be released into circulation. The mint mark on the 1999 D penny also contained a remarkable anomaly. Close examination under high-powered magnification revealed that the D mint mark appeared to have been repunched not once, but twice. Known as a triple repunched mint mark, or RPM, this error occurs when the mint mark is hand-punched more than once in slightly different positions. This used to happen more frequently before the adoption of computer-guided minting, and by 1999, such errors were exceedingly rare. The triple RPM was so subtle that it escaped notice for years, only to be discovered by a sharp-eyed collector armed with a loupe and an extensive knowledge of minting history. Furthermore, the surface of the coin bore traces of a die clash, an event where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them. This creates ghost-like impressions of the opposing die on each surface of the coin. On this penny, faint outlines of Lincoln's shoulder could be seen beneath the columns of the Lincoln Memorial, and the memorial steps could be seen near the lower edge of Lincoln's jacket. These ghostly traces not only added character but also confirmed that the coin had experienced an exceptionally rare and dramatic series of minting events. As word spread about this coin, experts began to study it with increasing interest. It was sent to multiple grading services, including the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, both of which confirmed its authenticity and uniqueness. PCGS assigned it a grade of MS68 plus red, an extraordinarily high mint state grade that indicates near-perfect condition and original luster. Coins with such grades are rare in any year, but paired with such unprecedented errors, this grade sealed the coin's place in history. Collectors and investors began bidding on the coin even before it was officially placed in an auction. Private offers soared into the millions, and eventually, a heated bidding war erupted at an elite numismatic auction. The final bid? An astounding $240 million, shattering all previous records and solidifying the 1999 Lincoln penny's place in the pantheon of rare U.S. coins. But the mystery deepens when we consider how such a coin made its way into circulation. The U.S. Mint maintains strict quality control measures, especially in the post-1980s era. For a coin of this nature to escape undetected suggests either a lapse in protocol or the possibility that the coin was intentionally released. Some experts have speculated that the coin may have been a prototype or an experimental strike created by Mint employees, either as part of a legitimate trial or as a clandestine project. Whatever the origin, the coin's existence challenges our assumptions about the uniformity and predictability of modern minting processes. Stories such as these reignite the passion and excitement of coin collecting. They remind us that history, mystery, and incredible fortune can lie hidden in the most ordinary places. Imagine the thrill of discovering a coin like this in your pocket change. It's a dream shared by millions of collectors and a driving force behind the never-ending hunt for rare coins and rare varieties. Now let's take a moment to consider other known anomalies from the 1999 mintage that help build context for this incredible find. While the $240 million specimen is unique, other 1999 Lincoln cents have been known to feature minor doubling, small die chips, especially in Lincoln's eye or along the steps of the memorial, and faint die cracks running through the field. These are relatively common and typically valued at a few dollars, sometimes more if the condition is pristine. However, they illustrate that the 1999 mintage was prone to certain imperfections, further supporting the notion that something unusual was happening at the Denver Mint that year. In addition to the physical features of the coin, its provenance added another layer of intrigue. The coin was originally discovered in a roll of pennies purchased from a small-town bank in Colorado, not far from the Denver Mint. The anonymous finder was a retired machinist and lifelong hobbyist who had been searching rolls for decades. When he first noticed the doubling, he thought he had found a minor variety, but as he continued examining the coin under various magnifications, he realized he had something truly special. His decision to send the coin to experts for evaluation ultimately led to its discovery and historic sale. The buzz surrounding this coin has also reignited interest in searching through pocket change, bank rolls, and old coin jars. It has encouraged a new generation of collectors to pick up magnifying glasses and learn the nuances of coin grading, error identification, and historical research. This single coin has sparked a cultural movement within the numismatic community, reminding everyone that even in an era dominated by digital currency, the power of physical coins still holds magic, mystery, and massive monetary value. While the 1999 Lincoln penny that sold for $240 million is likely one of a kind, the lessons it teaches us are universal. It tells